Google's DeepMind just made a huge update. They just released the new Genie 2, a large-scale foundational world model. This came out, and this AI model can now create video games in almost any type of genre. Take a look. As you see in this snippet here, you see this like robot that was interacting with the wall and was able to press buttons and walk through it. Also, you see in this one where you see this robot walking in like a futuristic city. And you see also with boats and everything that like it's gliding on the water. This is all made with AI. They said that the Genie 2 model is a world model, meaning it can simulate virtual worlds, including consequences of taking any action like jumping and swimming. And so it can interact with you jumping in the water. It knows you're in the water, it'll start swimming. Or if you're like on a boat, it'll start, making the waves ripple and stuff like that. That's like really crazy. And they also said that it understands like the difference between the character and like the other objects or items inside the video that you're using. So one of the things is that like you see in this video where it's a humanoid robot in the woods, which is the prompt, it can tell the difference between the humanoid robot and like the rest of the trees, and it doesn't get confused. Same thing here where you see a humanoid robot in ancient Egypt, it can tell the difference between like, well, the robot and like any type of other object like the pyramids. Not only that, you can do different points of view. So here's one where it's a first person, and it says a first person view of a robot on a purple planet, where you see the arms out and you can move using like the arms out. Same thing with this one, is the first person view of a robot in a loft apartment in a big city. Looks like a decently nice city, or at least a loft, and it's doing pretty well. And they said that you can use this using a controller or a keyboard, like the up, down, left, right. It's like the WASD keys. You can use like mouse and keyboard to like navigate this, and it's doing pretty well. Not only that, they say you can use the same input image, but you can generate different type of video games using the input images. So you see here with like the boat, it can generate different things using the same initial input image, but like if you go to the left, you go to the right, it'll generate different type of environments depending on how you prompt it. Also the same here with like you see with the stones, like this little wooded place when it comes to the fork in the road. Going right generates a different place than going left, and then also going off to like a totally different area altogether. Not only that, they said they have long horizon memory, meaning that using Genie 2, if you go to some place and you come back to that place, you can like Genie 2 will still understand where you were at, and it can re-render the same place, so it would not forget where you were just at. So you see here with like this robot, having the perspective of the pyramids, and it angles the camera down, the angle is back up, and it's still there. Everything's still as it was before the camera angled. In some video games that could change, especially using AI, it could forget and try to render it completely different. You also see there with this robot in like a futuristic place, you see that the environment is staying the same. Same thing with the one with this temple right here, where like this person is navigating the temple and it gets closer and it understands that it's getting closer, and it's not like regenerating anything. Also, they say long video generation with new generated content. So Genie 2 generates new plausible content on the fly and maintains a consistent world for up to a minute, which is decently long. So basically you see here this person who is like running across the desert. This AI generation can go for up to like a minute of just them running. Same thing with this first person view of them walking through like the desert, not the desert, like the woods. This thing goes for a full minute, and it's pretty cool that they can generate just that much, being consistent as well. But not only that, Genie 2 can create diverse environments, and this is actually pretty insane. So let's say you wanted to have like different concepts of things, you can do that. So Genie 2 can create different perspectives, such as first person view, isometric views, and third person views. So you see this one is the first person view, where it's like seeing through the eyes of this person, and you see them going through like this, this maze or this castle entrance going down to like almost looks like hell, almost kind of creepy. But also it has that third person view, or the isometric view, where you see like this person is going through building to building and kind of destroying it. But it also has third person view where you see in this video of this car like racing around, which is not bad. This can also do like 3D structures where you see these Gundam like objects and you see like it going up to these things, which is pretty cool. Not only that, Genie 2 can also do various object interactions such as bursting balloons, opening doors, and shooting barrels of explosives. So you see here it's like ninja going up to this balloon, jumping up to it and cutting it, and it pops. Same thing with this first person view of somebody going into a door and opening the door and it goes into another room. This last example is pretty cool. It's almost like Call of Duty-esque, where it's a barrel that has like explosives on it, shoots it, and it explodes. But not only that, Genie 2 is just jam-packed. Genie 2 can also do things like different animations for characters, where like you see in this robot here, it jumps in the air. And this other one where it's walking, you can see how it's like able to swing its arms back and forth. But also like this one where it's climbing the ladder, it can do just different things, just how it's been trained on different various games. But they didn't leave out NPCs. NPCs can also be generated with this model, where this model can like have like a companion, where you see in this video where it's like walking and you have like this other companion walking alongside with you. Also, you saw this one where it's like in this cave and you see this other NPC just kind of walking across your view. But also you have like almost like this NPC like boss thing that's being like torn to shreds. It's pretty cool. The physics on this thing is pretty cool. One of the things are like the water physics. As you see here with this boat, you see it's like gliding on top of this water, and it does pretty good, just to say this is AI generated. The second one is too, where you see like the actual waves, like the whiteness of the waves crashing away from it. It seems like this would be pretty good, even for like a mobile game. Knowing that, they have the smoke as well effects that are really good. Like they have one coming from like a factory and smoke coming from like this volcano, which is crazy. They also have freaking gravity physics. So they have one where this horse jumps in the air and it comes like down. Not really like realistic in real life, but realistic game realistic, if that makes any sense, like realistic game physics. They also have one that looks like GTA, where this car like kind of flies off the mountains, and it is pretty like, you know, GTA like, where the cars like coming crashing down. I think that's like pretty cool. But what I think also is like pretty neat, like this little detail right here where they have the lighting. Genie 2 models point in directional lighting, where it can show different light. If it's holding like a flame stick, depending on how they hold the flame stick, it will light up different things, like as you see this person walking around this temple. Also with this one holding a flashlight, you see it lighting up the forest at night depending on where the flashlight is pointing at. This is all generated by AI, which is like crazy insane. It also does reflections pretty good, where you can see like different reflections on like the mirror where this guy's walking around, and just this person walking around this 3D city, which is, like I said, this is all pretty amazing to me. I can't wait to get my hands on it. And they also do like really good with the environment, where you see this one where it has like the grass physics, where it's like you can see like the wind blowing in the grass and it's like swaying. Also the other one where you see like there's like a freaking waterfall, or there's like a little pond stream, and you see like the water kind of, you know, rafting and like, you know, rolling downstream. You can also do concept art with this, where you see like this paper airplane. Let's say you want to try out a game that had like a paper airplane, to see like how that would look and feel as a game concept. You can also do one as a dragon instead of the paper plane. You can also do one as a hawk instead of the dragon. But if you just wanted something more, you know, modern, with like a guy that's parachuting, you can do that as well, just to test out your different theories and model it in real time to see how it will work. But not only that, you can do environment concepts, where you can have this image of the environment, and then you can have Genie 2 animate this, like using that picture. So you see here the still photo, and then Genie's animating this photo. Not even animating it, but it's turning it into a full game that you can navigate through using like your keyboard or mouse. Same thing with this one, where it's like a forest, and then Genie 2 turns that into like a world that you can play in. They say even with Genie 2, Genie 2 can like Genie 2 can also be prompted to do certain things while the game is running, where like it understands like different colors and understands the game as a whole. So in this video right here, you see this person opening this blue door. The prompt was literally open the blue door, and Genie 2 understands that that's a door that's able to be open. On the other hand, there's a red door, and if you prompt it to open the red door, it can open the red door as well. That it can like give you different game perspectives, like third person view, first person view, and second person or isometric view, all with the prompt while you're playing the game. But I don't want you to think that this is all like amazing, which I think it's amazing, but they also said that there are also some interesting outtakes where one of the things that came up was like this ghost that came into like the frame of the video game without any prompt. It just appeared there. Also, I guess the game can kind of have a mind of its own, where they were trying to make a snowboarding game, but like the snowboarder really kind of rather do parkour than it wanted to snowboard, which was pretty cool. Also, it kind of did something similar to having a mind of its own, where this one had, you know, a power ball and like kind of overcharged and exploded in their hand, which I was not part of the prompt. This is all pretty cool, and this is a huge update from Genie 1, where Genie 1 was a 2D video game animation or video game maker, and Genie 2 is a 3D game maker. It's a huge update from the first model, but I think these are both going to be open source and available for everybody to use here pretty soon, and I'm happy for this to happen. Tell me what you think down in the comment section down below. Are you excited about the new Genie 2 model and what's to come from this? Or do you think this is just another AI gimmick and you're kind of more worried about the artists and the game developers who are already underpaid? We could talk about that more later, but with that being said, Dexter out.